So here we are today. It is mid-November. It's 35 degrees outside and the car is filthy. The water's been shut off. Outside spigots have been winterized. So how are we going to do this? The guys over at RUBBIT had reached out to me and was telling me about this great new product that they had for a waterless car wash system. And I thought, geez, that would be perfect, especially this time of year because I can't do it outside. So they shipped me their newest e-foam electric sprayer kit. And it came with a pretty decent package. So it came with their RUBBIT Foam 2.0. This is their premium waterless. They call it a multi-purpose car wash concentrate. And basically this is 16 ounces. And when we go to set this up, apparently I'm only going to be using about 5 capfuls. So when I kind of did the math, it really worked out to be about $1 or $2 per car wash, which is huge considering I usually spend $10 or $15 bringing this through the car wash and doing it all myself. So that in itself is a huge advantage, especially if we can get away with $1 or $2. So they send you a good amount of their microfiber towels, which is really nice. So you have your thick side of your towel and then obviously your thin side. And basically we're going to be folding these in 4 and we're going to be using just the towel to be able to wipe the foam off. And then we'll use a clean towel to kind of buff it off after it's all said and done. So basically there's enough towels that they had sent you to be able to do a full-size car. Pretty much any vehicle aside of like my large truck. We probably need a couple of kits of the towels to do the dually. They give you this little air freshener. Not sure if I'm going to use that or not. But the kit itself, the sprayer, is actually a pretty decent sprayer. So if we pull this out, so it actually comes so this is a rechargeable sprayer. So it actually has the charging plug right there. So it's just a pretty standard USB plug with the adapter that plugs in to charge it. You just plug it in. And then at the very top is the power button, and it has the 3 power lights. When it's fully charged, all 3 lights will light up. Apparently to save on paper, they give you a QR code for you to be able to scan the QR code. That gives you the tutorial on how to use it. Apparently this is the upgraded model. I know that they had one at one point. I don't know if they still sell it, but it was one of the ones that you pump to actually build up the pressure. Let's get this thing set up and see how it actually works. All right, basically what we're going to do, quarter turn, sprayer comes off. So we're going to fill this up to, it looks like about 2 liters is the top here. We're going to put 5 capfuls of the spray in. And we're going to give it a shake and see how it works. So let's get to it. Let's start by putting in 5 capfuls here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually got a nice smell to it. That's good. Doesn't stink. So, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill this right up to the 2 liter mark. That's it. Put our cap back on. Give it a little bit of a shake. So they recommend breaking the car out into sections so that the foam doesn't dry. All we're going to do here is I'm going to spray it down. We're going to use one of these with the thicker side. Basically, we're going to cut it up into 4s. Use this to kind of wipe the foam off of it, and then we're going to follow up with it with a nice clean one to kind of wipe away any of the residual. So the foam actually has a special kind of compound in it that helps to lift the dirt and grime off of the surface and being wiped off. That way you don't have to use water to do it. It also has a very low pH balance, so if you have ceramic coatings on your car or anything like that, the pH is going to be low enough that it's not going to be detrimental to that ceramic coating. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. So if you press the button once, I'll just show you here. If you press the button once, it will start to spray. You let it go, it'll keep going. You can hold the button or you can press it down solid, whatever works for you. So let's give this a shot here. So we're going to let that sit for about 10-15 seconds. Then we make sure our towel's folded up. We're just going to, all we're going to be doing is wiping it away. So the towel's going to get the foam on it. Actually, if you look at it, you can actually see how dirty it is. It is picking up a lot of the dirt and grime. So if you recall before, we had a big giant bird crap sitting here on the car. Nice wipe across. It practically came right off. So we're going to fold it again. So once you get that off, we use a clean rag. And just wipe it. Wow, that actually looks really nice. Not bad for a simple spray and wipe. Let's give the real quarter a shot, see what that looks like. So what's going to happen with this rag is it's going to start to get filled up with foam. You can then start using this rag as the primary, and we'll get a new rag to use for the finishing. For those of you curious how it might do if you have vinyl wrapping on your car, I can tell you that it actually works pretty darn well. The flat black that you see on the car here is actually a wrap. That's the black that's been cleaned. So I'm actually really impressed with how this turned out, and I can tell you that a little goes a long way. If you recall, I filled it up to the 2 liter spot. I barely used a half a liter. Uh, so for the size of this car, and I actually ended up using only 4 of the 6 rags, just to give you an idea of the coverage. But it really worked. I was a lot more surprised with how well it came out. No mess on the ground. There's no water to rinse. It wipes off really nice. It actually absorbs a lot of that dirt. I did notice on a couple of spots where there was some bird droppings that were kind of caked on from the sun. It did take a little bit of extra, buffing on the second rag, but it did come off. Where I see this thing being super helpful is throwing it in the trunk, heading into the car shows. You go to those car shows, things get a little bit dusty. Pulling this thing out, just kind of hosing it down, spraying it down real quick, giving it a nice wipe when you get to the spot, I think will go a long way keeping your cars looking really good. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. If you guys are interested in this, RUBBIT is actually doing a holiday special. There's a link for this down below. Check it out and give it a shot. I'm curious what you guys think about it, but it's definitely a product that I think I'll continue to use, especially during the times where I can't go outside when it's 30 degrees out and it's winter here in New England. So yeah, I'm excited.